Good morning, Decatur Central High School.
We have a great episode to show you today.
With an informative package for freshmen.
Another installment of Cars and Clunkers.
And a trailer for the new game show.
All that and more on today's
DCTV Blue. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Drake.
And I'm your co-host, Maddie.
And welcome to DCTV Blue. Starting off with Precious, who will be educating us on what to expect when coming into high school.
Hello, my name is Precious. Today I am going to be interviewing teachers and students about advice they would give upcoming freshmen. Let's go.
One piece of advice I would give upcoming freshmen is take your grades seriously. Try to have all A's and B's. Build your GPA up. CCR, try to build a connection with your CCR teacher. They'll help you a lot.
One piece of advice I would give to freshmen is definitely to pay attention in class, because if you don't pay attention your freshman year, it's very hard to pay attention in your higher grades. So whenever you're in like 11th grade, 12th grade, sophomore year, it gets a lot harder if you don't pay attention your first year. I went to Speedway freshman year, so my English teacher, her name was Miss Owens. She was very supportive, very helpful. Even when I couldn't even do my work, she would still help me find courage to do my work. An activity that made a big impact was definitely softball. That definitely distracted me from a lot of things, and it helped me keep my grades up, because if you don't keep your grades up during sports, you cannot play sports. So that definitely gave me a bunch of help.
I would say to not wait until the end of the year or the end of the semester to try and get your grades where they need to be. I think in middle school you're kind of used to just still moving on to the next thing, even if you didn't pass 6th or 7th grade or whatever. So getting out of that habit and in the habit of keeping up with your work so that your grades remain where they need to be throughout the whole year. Common mistakes in my class, not content related. I see a lot of, again, this kind of goes with my first answer, trying to catch up with work from other classes in my class and vice versa. So they'll come to my class and work on work for a class that they already had or that they have tomorrow, and then work on my work in another class. And so then it just becomes like a cycle. So making sure that you're doing your work in the class that you are in when you have the time to do it.
Upcoming freshmen need to know one thing, and that is show up and try. Get to all of your classes on time every day and give it your best effort. I enjoy that freshmen come with a new set of expectations every year. They're fresh, they're excited about their futures, and they have a chance to do something amazing with their lives.
That's all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoy. Bye.
Wow, I'm sure that is really helpful for any newcomers.
Yeah, I wish I had seen that my freshman year. Are you a car person? Then Cars and Clunkers is just for you. In this installment, you get to hear from others' passions for their vehicles.
Hey party people, welcome to this week's episode of Cars and Clunkers. We have asked 2 of these students to discuss their vehicles and how it brings them to and from school. First one is a 1999 Mercury Grand Marquis. They served as the largest Mercury sedan and the second best-selling from the Mercury line after the Cougar until its discontinuation in 2011 in the U.S. Here we have someone who can tell us about it.
I bought this car because I thought it was very comfortable, and as well space, for my stuff. It kind of feels like a couch a little bit. No, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm in any really big changes really. I mean, it's a very good car, honestly.
This behind me is a 1997 Triumph T509 Speed Triple. It has 98 horsepower and makes 63 foot-pounds of torque. Its 0 to 60 is 3.4 seconds. So the reason that I bought this bike was my previous bike was a Harley-Davidson Sportster 883, and being a Harley, it was a hunk of junk, so I wanted something that would actually run for once. If I had to choose anything over this bike, I would probably choose a Yamaha, either the XSR 900 or the MT-09, because it's the same 3-cylinder engine, just on a more modernized platform with some added tech options.
Well, there we have it. It's incredible how many different kinds of vehicles people use and how they serve their purpose. We leave you with a question. What would be your ideal way home?
Wow, that's a pretty cool motor vehicle. I like the way it went vroom vroom.
Heck yeah, it was pretty cool. And for the last bit of entertainment on today, this is the trailer for the Family Feud School Edition.
I don't know what I do, but whatever I do it better than Alec.
All right, awesome.
Two teams go head-to-head in a new Decatur Central High School game show, DC Feud, where students get together and get asked questions. A game show where you need to work together with friends to choose the right answer. Join us next Wednesday for our first episode's premiere at 6 o'clock. See you soon.
Be sure to tune in to that for next week. That's all for this episode.
Thanks for watching.
Happy Friday.